So we're back with this example. I hope you have tried graphing this function here. I told you you have to engage, you have to do the work instead of just listening to the video. Okay, so here you have to describe the transformation in the correct order. So we said we use PEMDAS, so parenthesis goes first. So this plus 8, what will it do to your graph? First, we concentrate on the plus 8. Okay, that's the first step. So that will translate 8 units to the left. Translate 8 units to the left. When it is plus, it is left. Okay? And after that, we will multiply by 1/2, and that will do, what will that do to our graph? It will vertically shrink because it's smaller than 1 by a factor of 1/2. Okay, by a factor of 1/2. Let's just write it here. Okay, we're going to of 1/2, and finally it will translate 6 units down. Translate 6 units down. Okay, so I think we wrote on where we have to graph. Anyway, so now I graphed already the parent graph to save time. So we're going to translate these 8 units to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just made it 8, so there will be space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's draw our parent graph again. 1, 1, 2, 4, 9. Okay. So, okay, we're graphing on where we wrote. But anyway, so on the other side too, here, 2 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that will be our, okay, that will be our translated graph. That is, we translated it 8 units to the left. Okay, now we're going to vertically shrink this point. Okay, 0, we do not do that. Okay, it's on the x-axis. The 1, how do we divide this by 2? Oh, 2 is easy. 2 is an easy factor. We just cut it in half, right? So it will be here. 4 divided by 2 will be 2. And 9 times 1/2, or we divide this by 2, 4.5. 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So that will be our new points. Okay, let's use symmetry. So on the other hand here, and 1, 2, 1, 2 here, and then here. Okay, so our graph is now wider. Okay. Oh, not yet. That is not yet our final graph. We still have to translate it down. Okay, so this is now our, so we're going to use dashes still because we are still not in our final graph. So you see our graph became wider than this graph here. And after that, we're going to translate the wider graph 6 units down. Okay, so this is 4.5. Okay, so we're on the half. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will stay on the half. Okay, now we will use red because that is our final graph. Okay, let's count 6 down. Here, it's on the corner point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then this will be 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then let's just use symmetry. Okay, so to use symmetry, let's draw our line of symmetry. It's easier, so we can see our middle line. So this is our axis of symmetry. Okay, so our vertex 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then let's just use symmetry, 1/2 on the other side, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, and then after that, you know, if you just like to practice, okay, what comes after 1 1 2 4 3 9 will be 4 16. 4 16, right? 16, so that would have been on the 8. 16 divided by 1/2. Anyway, okay, so let's do that here. Okay, so let's join this with a smooth curve. Okay, let's just make it as symmetrical as we can. Okay, we don't know where is our x-axis. You see, it's not on a corner point. We have to calculate for that. So this is our vertex at the point 0. Oh no, not 0. Our 0 is here. That will be the point -8, -6. Okay, this is now -8. We counted from 0. Okay, and that's -6 because we went 6 down. Our line of symmetry will be the line x equals -8. Okay, and let's make our summary. So okay, I think we have to calculate a lot here because we don't know our x and our y intercept. So let's start here so we have space. So our vertex will be at the point -8, -6. That's our summary. Our line of symmetry is x equals -8. These two are always the same. Our x-intercept, we don't know. We have to calculate, make y 0. So 0 is equal to 1/2 x plus 8 squared minus 6. We have to solve this equation. So our first step is, how do we simplify this? Okay, so I'm going to, before I expand this, I'm going to move this first. I'm allowed to do that, right? I'm going to move this to the other side, 6. So that will be 1/2 x plus 8 squared. Okay. And after that, I can multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so I will cancel the 1/2 there. So that will just be 12 is equal to, this is cancelled. Okay, x plus 8 squared. It's a lot of work to do this, but just persevere. So 12, that, let's multiply that, x plus 8 times x plus 8. Okay, x squared, or I can teach you a new trick here. So I want to get rid of this square, so I'm just going to get the square root of both sides. That's allowed, right? So if I get plus and minus here, and this will be square root, that will go away. So this will just be x plus 8, plus and minus, instead of using quadratic. Try that, okay? So what is 12? Plus and minus 2 square root of 3 equals x plus 8, and then we move the 8 to the other side. So that will be -8 plus and minus 2 square root of 3 equals x. And then get the value of this by calculator. Okay, and you will know your x-axis, x-intercepts here and there. Okay, and let's go for our y-intercept. Okay, y-intercept, we make x 0. Y-intercept, make x 0. We have to calculate again. Y is 1/2 x, so 0 plus 8 squared minus 6. So 1/2 8 squared minus 6. 8 squared is 64. Divided by 2 is 32. Minus 6. So y equals 32 minus 6. 32 minus 6 is 26. Okay, so the point 0, 26. And our domain is all real numbers. our range will be negative 8 up to positive infinity. Okay, we start at negative 8. Okay, I hope you get all of that. Try to do this again on your own. Review. Just try to persevere and really understand these things. You need it in your algebra too. Okay, that's our lesson, echo. Seriously.